The Youth Forum program begins at the high school with a visit from one of our city councillors.
My opportunity to be able to give you guys a bit of a background on how City Hall works and the fundamentals and dynamics of local government.
Now, the civics program was designed originally to try and encourage involvement in youth. Our biggest problem we've got in our country, not just the city, is that 78% of young people between the ages of 18 and 25 do not vote. You know, we try to teach the students that it's the most in-your-face level of government and the most important one, but you know, they don't find it as glamorous as some of the other levels of government. So trying to pitch, getting involved in local politics is really quite difficult. So, you know, we listened when the Rotary Club approached us. Councillors were very good with their time, and they would come in and they'd do a pitch on City Hall.
Well, how it happened was that I just received an email from another teacher who had been involved in it in the past. They've been trying to build it up and get more schools involved, so he sent me an email asking if we were interested in participating, and we went for it. So it seemed like a really good opportunity for the kids. So here we are.
Hi guys.
Hey.
So what's your presentation?
Oh, we're doing we'll tell you the title first.
Okay.
KVS Kitchener Volunteer Seminar.
Okay. Kitchener Volunteer Seminar.
We're trying to come up with a better name.
We're trying to think of a cool name, but it's not it. We have realized that students are having an increasingly difficult time achieving their mandatory 40 hours of volunteer service. Volunteering opens many doors for future opportunities. We want to encourage students to not only want to complete their 40 hours, but to also go above and beyond. Our goal is to make it easier for students to find volunteer positions more personalized and best suited for them. To rectify this issue in our city, we would like to implement a volunteer seminar to educate students about volunteer positions available to them. Our idea will encourage volunteering in our city to improve Kitchener overall.
And since the information is all personalized and all the opportunities are like supposed to be directed towards certain people that want to do certain things, they can kind of work it around their academic and extracurricular schedules too.
That's a great idea, guys. Really like it.
The research that they did, coming up with the ideas so far, I mean, the presentation is definitely going to be the pot of gold for them. Going to City Hall, they're so exciting. There's such a buzz about presenting in front of other people from other schools, members of council, and just going up. The day is the big thing. They're going to be getting all dressed up, and they're all very excited about that.
We educate the students in the schools about what their government does, about the function of the city. We bring them, they do a project where they have to come up with an idea, they have to research it, and they have to prepare a presentation to the councillors.
It is a lot of work to pull all this together, but just in terms of the community involvement, they are getting involved with the community, definitely, to an extent that most of them have never been involved before.
I think this has been a tremendous partnership between Rotary and the City of Kitchener, along with the two high schools that have been involved, because it's a great opportunity for the youth to talk about the things that they think are important in our community, as well as to bring ideas forward and suggestions on how to tackle them. I've certainly marveled at some of the things that they have raised. I mean, sometimes you'd think they would bring up issues that are more relevant to them as youth, and yet they've really looked at it from a comprehensive perspective and talked about things that are really important, not just to them, but to the broader community as a whole.
It's an incredible opportunity for the kids to get out and do presentations. As far as civics goes, I cannot think of a better opportunity for the kids for learning and making presentations and actually potentially making a difference in their own communities.
What I found was basically it's unbelievable about the amount of knowledge that some of the kids have, and I think some of the stuff that they did come up with could be applicable today, and there were some really innovative suggestions and ideas that was brought forward, and it's exciting. This is the point where you need to educate kids at this age for them to be active later on. Otherwise, they just won't be as engaged.
Kitchener City Hall, the heart of municipal government. This is where decisions are made. where debate is held, where municipal politicians make decisions about the future of our city and our community. And this is where we wanted our young folks to see their government in action and see how they could be involved in municipal government. Even though they're too young to vote, they can still learn what happens here at City Hall and learn how the whole process works. So that was the idea behind the Youth Forum that the Rotary Club initiated. And our idea was to get as many students as we could involved in the municipal sphere so that they could see how local politicians interacted, so they could see how government worked, so they could see that actually their voice could have some impact on what happens at City Hall. And that was the whole point behind the Youth Forum program.
We're now 5 schools, and so we've got Resurrection, KCI, Grand River, Forest Heights, and Cameron Heights here today. So welcome everybody and all the teachers. We're delighted to have you here. And this program is put together by Rotary, the City of Kitchener, and Compass Kitchener, along with your school boards and your teachers, have helped put all this program together.
We bring them to City Hall, and we have a mini Dragon's Den where they show their projects, they explain it to local counselors, and each group of 5 or 6 students has a counselor assigned to them, and one of the city counselors then sort of talks to the students about their program, their project, what they were thinking, critiques it, provides information for them so that they understand kind of where the perspective of council, what counselors are looking for when projects come to City Hall, and they learn from the counselors.
And the schools can benefit from this as well, in the sense that it gives them an opportunity to create a relationship with members of council. It also gives them to use their creative juices in coming up with a project, and also to learn a little bit more about governance and how it really operates, and have an appreciation for the complexity of some of the things that come into play when you're making a decision on what would be good for the community.
Essentially, we would like to help implement higher levels of initiative and responsibility in our high school students.
In fact, out of the 560 electrical graduates in grades 11 and 12 at Forest Heights, only 155 have attained their 40 community service hours. This information session will shine light on the importance of volunteering, as well as help students find volunteer positions well suited for their preferences and interests.
But implementing our proposed idea can encourage volunteering as a major part of not only Kitchener's future, but for the future of our youth as well.
Well done. Young people energize a place, and for counselors to see that, to feel it, and have that interaction with the students is absolutely critical.
This is sort of a Dragon's Den style, I buy it.
I think the program has a great chance of growing. I think it, within the City of Kitchener, there probably aren't many more schools that could be participating, but there could be more classes.
So it's kind of a package of learning about what goes on in the city, understanding how much impact they can have, and then seeing the municipal life in action. And I think the students really enjoy it a lot. They get, to come here from school, they get to see their local politicians, they get to talk to the mayor, go home at night and tell mom and dad that they've met with Councillor so-and-so, or they met with the mayor, and kind of what happened at school today. So it's a kind of a fun way of learning about municipal life and municipal politics.
The Youth Forum this session gave rise to a new initiative, one that provides the city with more volunteers and high school kids with more options to fulfill their volunteer hours. Our KVS team succeeded in selling their idea to City Hall and has been asked to assist in implementing it. Mayor Carl Zaire came to the school to personally deliver the good news to the team. Well done to all the students that participated, and kudos to Kitchener City Hall for investing in the future.